So it was almost 10 years ago that I asked him to be in Desperado, and we were already thinking about 4 rooms. While we were shooting 4 rooms, we said, how about doing this movie Dusk Till Dawn? Now, 10 years later, he asked me to do score for Kill Bill 2, and I was already talking to him about Sin City.
Robert always talks about like 3 projects in advance, and at some point he mentioned it once, like just in passing.
Robert was doing this movie and he thought, you know, it'd be perfect if Quentin came down and did one scene.
I love film, and you know, that's my thing, all right? And I love Robert's movies and stuff, but you know, I'm just not about shooting it on digital.
And he was intrigued by it, but I knew he wouldn't do it on his own, so I wanted him to come down and, you know, shoot a short, so he could try out digital, so he could see how it is to work with actors in a digital realm, and I thought he would like the source material once he found out what it was.
Well, remember you showed up at the editing room for a spotting session. You walked in with Frank Miller,
I said, "This is
and
Frank
that was when I realized. All right, one, I was like, Frank Miller, all right, you know. My assistant editor is a gigantic comic book geek, and like it was like one of the happiest days of his life. And I even remember as we go into the room, he was outside in the room, and he's like,
When I showed him Quentin the opening test we did for Sin City, he said, wow, that's the one you were asking me to come direct a piece for? I said, yeah, this is the one.
You know, not only does he come in with Frank Miller and everything, and I show him some scenes and stuff, he goes, so here's what we're doing. And then he shows me the opening scene. And it's not like, you know, sort of, kind of, this will be sort of what it looks like. It's like, boom, it was like ready to play at the Cinerama Dome, all right? And then I read the scene, and it's fantastic. Then I hear that, you know, Clive Owen is in it, and Benicio del Toro, you know, who I've never even met those guys, all right?
And, you know, and Quentin said, sure, I'll do it.
So I had him come direct a whole scene sequence for the big fat kill.
The scene I did in the film is the girls of Old Town have just killed Jackie Boy. And now Dwight has to dispose of the body. And the thing is, he's got to drive from Old Town to the tar pits. And they're just gonna take the whole car and dump it in the pits, all right? But then the girls didn't put enough gas in the car, all right? So now he's got to like get the car to the pits on whatever tank of gas he has, not get stopped by the cops, the whole 9 yards. So Dwight, who is like just completely Mr. Cool, is just starting to get a little tense. And in his tension, Jackie Boy, in his mind, comes to life.
It's got you smoking there, bud.
And starts having a conversation with him in the car. And basically it's him talking to himself, but Jackie Boy is voicing all of his fears about what could happen and what's going to happen. So you have a scene of a guy talking to himself.
You ain't even gonna make it to the pits.
You shut the hell up. I'll make it.
One of the things that's terrific about it is, as much as Benicio, as Jackie Boy, is taunting him, this strange kind of camaraderie starts developing between the two of them, and it's really funny. It's really, really funny, especially if you're a fan of the books. You know how Dwight is just so unflappable, and to see him little by little by little lose it in the course of the scene, all right, is just priceless.
We wanted a different tone for that scene anyway, and you gave it its stamp, and I think people will know that you directed that sequence, which was cool. I think that was sort of the goal, and we pulled it off. I told you the morning of, you didn't have to do anything. Don't feel like you have to come in and have to deliver something that'll be really distinct, but you just naturally will do that, because that's just your style, and that's what was cool about it.
Well, it was funny, because I actually came in with like somewhat of a shot list, and I came in.
I was shocked. I was like, man, I'm
prepared. Well, look, I'm nervous, all right? I prepare when I'm nervous.
I'm like, I don't prepare that much. I feel bad.
No, I don't prepare on my movies. I was just nervous. I didn't want to let you down. I didn't want to look like an idiot. Oh no, to me, everyone is.
He came in knowing already what a shot was going to be, with the colors of the lights. There were going to be colored lights flashing on the actors, but keep them black and white.
You've got the bouncing headlights, fanning out from their profile.
Visually, it's a really stunning piece, and he put his stamp all over it.
It was fascinating working with Quentin because I got to see a completely different style than Robert's. even though the three of us share so much in terms of a pop cultural sensibility, shockingly harmonious given the enormity of the three egos in the room.
See just a little bit more of your eyes.
No, but we really held back and did our, I mean, I was really just there as the camera operator and editor. Frank was there as the writer. We really let you just direct the actors. And I'd hear Frank go, oh, that's good to know. I'd go right over to him and say, what did Quentin just tell you? What did you just learn? Tell me. He goes, oh, well, you never should do this or that and that. And it's like, it's good advice. Probably would have taken me another 10 years to figure that out.
It's a recipe for chaos, having three directors at one point. You know, it's like, who do you talk to? There was none of that. None of that. It was easy.
Hey, but your head's down like this in that first part. When you look at him, when we see that you're alive and everything.
Just a little turn.
That's
like
it.
That, yeah.
That's exactly
But to
it.
look at the gauge, I'm going to really reach.
Oh, there you go. For the
open up.
gauge thing, that's it. This is just showing. This is the vampire moment,
okay.
showing that you're. And it was great because Benicio was walking away and he turned around and he saw me after the scene was over. He goes, and he saw me. I was like smiling and everything. He goes, okay, I did okay. Quentin's smiling. I like to see it when he smiles.
Hey, and let's have a big thank you and round of applause to our guest director today.
Special guest director.
We'll be back.
Thank you, everybody. I had a fantastic time. Thanks for making me feel so at home.
At the end of the day, Frank came to me and said, it's the most fun I've ever had in my life. So I'm gonna write that down and remind you, because it was a great day. 3 directors on the set.
Almost good. Almost good.
Man, we were like, why did we wait like 8 years, all right, to get back together again? What all that time was wasted.
We could have those years back,
Yeah.
like, holding our hands.